You can hear that. He sneezed up about 3 sneezes in a row there. How you guys doing? Welcome. My name is Treble for short. Welcome to Lurk Night Jams. I jumped on a little bit late tonight. I was playing a bit of Dungeons and Dragons. Any of you guys play Dungeons and Dragons out there? It's quite a fun, nerdy, geeky thing to do. I love to do it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to hear if you play as well. And if you do, what's your character? Tell me now or later in the chat if you're on YouTube or here on Twitch. Tonight I'm just jumping on jamming, coming up with some tunes. We've got a big gig coming up this weekend. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I like to do Art in the Garden, which happens in Saskatoon. If you're in Saskatoon, I'll post the details onto my Discord at some point tomorrow, or keep an eye out on my social media. I'll let you guys know. If you are in Saskatoon, you can come check it out. And with that said, I'm not performing on the main day this time. I've done it every other year. I'm on the special Friday night, which is with the other musicians, a bit of a nice get together barbecue, which is going to be nice. Now I'm going to be just coming up with some tunes. We're getting some covers today as well. Right now I'm just kind of warming up with a jam, and hopefully it turn out all right and you enjoy it. Seen what I do before. I'm using a looper, so basically at my feet here. I'm also not where it's warm today. It's been a nice day, so I got less clothing on, I guess, than usual. Showing some arms, but down here we've got the looper on the left. We've got the vocal processor in the middle. On the right hand side is my guitar effects board. Just kind of using that to kind of bring you some stuff, and then we're also using the bass, electric, and the keyboard that you can see here as well tonight. So you can check that out on the spare camera just down here to the side if you want to get a little bit more of a behind the scenes of what I'm doing at my feet to bring you guys the jams. That's our first one to kick us off here for tonight. Welcome if you are joining. My name is Treble for short, with Lurk Night Jams, where I bring you guys some improv jams, instrumental jams tonight, and some covers. Now, tonight is going to be mostly instrumentals, so sit back and enjoy the instrumentals that are coming your way. Hopefully everyone has had a good day. I've been pretty busy working the NHL. We just saw the match tonight. If you've been watching NHL, that happened between Florida and the Oilers. A bit of an interesting turnaround in attitude on that one. A bit of a different score to the other two that I worked, but it's definitely was a bit of a scrappy match, wasn't it? A little bit of a scrappy match. Let's get up to another one here and start you off from afresh. I might even talk you through kind of the process here. So down at my feet, as I mentioned, down at my bare feet tonight, we've got a looper. I'm going to basically play parts and lock them into this recorder that allows me to put one part on top of another part. And then from there, I just kind of layer it with different things. So let's say I was doing a cover and I wanted to do a cover of, let's do Shape of You maybe by Ed Sheeran. I haven't done that one in a while. Shape of You, do instrumental version of Shape of You by Ed Sheeran, which is he does looping as well. So quite often you'll see him do the looping as when it comes to his music as well. It's very much a very similar approach. So let's jump into this next one here. Shape of You. It's been a hot second since I've done it. I'm going to try and see if I can find that music and give it a crack here, and then we'll carry on with it. So let me know how your day's been. I've just been playing D&D just before this as well, which is why I was a little bit late. If you're a D&D player, you understand. It's the lure of the game. It's great. All right, Shape of You, Ed Sheeran. I'm going to start off with on this one here. We've got I'm going to start with the guitar chords of this one. I'm going to put a palm mute down. So I'm going to lock that down. My first loop is always the most important when it comes down to putting the loops on here. So now check out at my feet here. I'm going to go on the far left here. There's a record and a stop. I'm going to hit the record button at the start of this loop. I'm going to probably go through it once to get the feel of it. And then I'm going to lay that down. Then I'm going to put some other parts in. And you'll see me as I go through. And I'll try my best to explain it as we go through. So on the first beat of this one here, I'm going to hit the record button, which is, and then I start playing it and we get that loop in. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. So we've got that first little loop in there. And I'm going to jump now to the bass guitar. Now, quite often I just do my loops in my own way. And right now I'm hearing ba-ch-ba, ba-ch-ba, ba-ch-ba. Which is with the bass part kind of being like this. And all I'm doing is I'm just jumping on some scales there to kind of fill out the rest of it. But the main part I'm hearing these, those ba-ch-ba, it would follow along with those chords that I'm hearing at the start there. So I'm going to put that in. Let's put it, see, once again, check out my feet here as I hit the looper. So I've just put it as a very basic bass there, punching in with when the chords are punching in just as well. Now, one thing is I never do it the same ever. I can do it the way that it's written, but I like to kind of just play around with it. So I'm going to jump over to the keys here. And what I'm going to try and do is find a little bit of a drum sound. But like, I want to hear like some sticks kind of clicking a little bit. So there's something like that, but I'm thinking more, you know what? I like that. More rhythm. So I'm just using the keyboard to bring that feel in. Put that with a bass line in our feet. 2, 3, and now we've got ourselves a bit of a drive and beat there. And from here, I could even go ahead and play the song. You know, you might not want to layer too many layers at first. I sometimes accidentally fall into a rhythm where I get a little bit crazy and start putting too many layers in. But we're going to leave it at this for now. The guitar, just a bit of a scale once again to kind of find the melody line and see if we get a melody line on top of this as well. So. Let me just keep looping on with it and have a bit of fun. Add into it. So he's at this point here. Let's be a bit more creative. Let's put a few more things in here to make it a little bit more interesting. There's some shaker. A bit of shaker. Let's put some claps in there. More. Gives it a bit more body with the rhythm. There's a bit of my interpretation, instrumental interpretation there of Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. Hopefully you enjoyed that one then. Welcome if you are joining. My name is Troublesome, or Trouble for short. Jumping here tonight for Lurk Night Jams, where you can lurk, you can chill like either now or on a past broadcast, and just enjoy the jams that come to my mind, to my fingers, to your ears as we get here and we jam away into the night. For those that don't know, I reside over here in Canada, so it is night time. Some of my Australian friends and family are probably at a different time zone to now, and I do reside from Tasmania, Australia. Tasmania. Have any of you guys ever been to Tasmania? It's a pretty nice place. All right, so that was looping with a little bit of explanation. Up next, we're going to do another instrumental here, and I'm going to do another one that it's been a while since I've done. This one is Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. Let's check it out. Let's check it out from the behind the scenes here as I layer up this next one. Let's use these. Let's use these little clapsticks here. Claves. The old claves. That there was my interpretation of Feel It Still, Portugal the Man, as an instrumental. Hopefully you enjoyed that just there. Bit of a different spin on it. Welcome if you're joining. How you going? How's your day been? How's your week been? What's news in your world? In my world, I've been up to some pretty cool things. Try and turn this down. Yeah, I've been very fortunate lately to be working some pretty cool jobs, working for the playoffs, which has been pretty sweet as a TVA or utility, if you guys know what that is. That's working with some of the broadcast companies that kind of work with the hockey. So it's been pretty cool seeing how the playoffs kind of work here in Canada and kind of living that energy that's been coming through. Not really a good game tonight, I have to say, for the Oilers, but which is where my hometown. And it's also my home team, but hopefully they'll turn it around and get some good things happening for the rest of the games to come. Now we're going to do something here which I really enjoy doing quite often, which is going across and doing a random chord generator jam. That's where I hit generate on here, and it will give me some random chords, and I'll create a random song, an improv song using these chords here: B minor 7, G major 7, F sharp minor, and a G major 7. I can use any of those chords in any order, in whatever way I want, with some slight alterations, but not too many if I like. But they're the chords just there: B minor 7, G major 7, F sharp minor, and G major 7 that I'm going to be using for this next jam. So hopefully you enjoy whatever it is. Hopefully I enjoy whatever it is. Let's find out together what the hell this next one's going to be. So. So we've got these random chords that we spun just here. I'm hoping I kept it in time as I did a bit of a longer loop here. I think it's going to work. So I think I've got a bit of a groove happening. Let's see how it pans out. Okay, that one there came from the random chords that we spun just there. And I took them and made them into that jam that you just heard. Hopefully enjoying Lurk Night Jams here with myself, Treble, as we get here and bring you some tunes for your lovely Lurk Night pleasure here on a Monday night. And I'll try to be here next Monday night, but most likely not. I'm going to have to reschedule that one because I've got a few things going on. I've got a festival that I'm heading down to, Art in the Garden. Google it, check that out down in Saskatoon Way, just outside of Saskatoon. Now, there's a bunch of songs I would love to try with the vocals tonight, but I can't because it's too late at night, and I kind of belt these songs quite a bit. I've been working a lot on these vocals for this particular festival, so I can do some songs not only with myself but with the Cult Noir, who often is here modding and is helping out again with a live mod tonight. So I appreciate you, Cult Noir, for that as well. Now, up next, let's do another cover. We've done a little bit of an original in the last one. Let's switch it up and back over to a cover now and see if you can recognize maybe this next one that I haven't decided what it is yet. Let's go with this one here. I'm going to try a bit of Little Talks by Monster Men. Put a bit of strings with it. All right, that was my instrumental interpretation there of Little Talks by Monster Man. Hopefully you enjoyed that one there. Another little instrumental cover here for your Lurk Night Jams on a Monday. Probably not on a Monday next week, but I'll let you know if I can get in on another day. Right now, it's been pretty busy. I will have a bit of a break coming up soon, more over the summer. But with that said, I don't know, a lot of camping. These arms are looking pretty reflective at the moment, so I may have to get a bit more sun on them, I think, to be able to actually get there and feel like I'm not just blinding people with my lack of a tan. All right, up next, I want to bring the pace up a little bit. That one was a little bit down, so I'm just going to do we're going to make something up on this next one and bring the pace up on it and try and make it a nice little chill but upbeat groove. Let's see how it turns out. For this one, I'm just going to make something up. Don't know what it's going to be yet. Haven't thought about it. Let's start thinking about it. Bit of a shuffle, I guess. A little bit more of an upbeat one there for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that little jam. Just coming through there to give you something a little bit in contrast to the one we did before, which was a little bit more on the slower side. And then we gave it a bit more of a kick in the butt, I guess, a little bit. Welcome if you're joining either now on a past broadcast, whether you're watching live here on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you for being here and thank you for checking me out and what I do. Tonight we've got the guns out because the sun's been out and it's been quite nice actually getting away from what is often quite a heavy and long winter here where I currently reside. Look, the places I currently reside is Canada, but I am from Australia, so this next one is going to be influenced by Down Under by Men at Work. So up next is a little rendition of a Down Under by Men at Work, however it turns out. Let's find out together, and hopefully it turns out to be a good one. That was a bit of interpretation there of Down Under by Men at Work. Using some ideas from that to kind of come together with a bit of a different change to it and a bit of a different instrumental there. Welcome if you're joining. My name is Treble for short, and this is the Lurk Night Jams. Where am I going to go next with the jams? Where next? Okay, up next, I think what we're going to do up next is we're keeping instrumentals tonight, so it is all instrumentals, a mixture of covers and originals, and just jams I'm just making up as we flow through here. It's normally these nights are all about the improv jams for the most part. Let's see if I can try the melody line for Easy by Commodores, and see if I do a little bit of a version of this. I haven't tried the melody line on this one before, so let's see if I can work it out here on the fly for you folk who are listening either now or on a past broadcast. And thanks again for hanging out here tonight. Up next is Easy Commodores, my first attempt at trying to turn this into an instrumental here with a looper, and let's give it a crack, see how it turns out. My first note to kind of work this melody line out. No, sounds funny, but I can't stand it. Can't find my first note for this one. I'd love to sing it. Oh, it sounds funny, Fast one easy. Fast one easy. Well, I'm easy like something more easy. That was a bit of an experiment when it came to actually playing the melody line. I couldn't find it completely, so I just ended up using a bit of a jam there for you guys to listen to. Look, I'm going to call it quits there for tonight. I did start a little bit later because I was doing D&D tonight. So it's just a short session here tonight. Thank you everyone who is checking out now on a past broadcast. It's great having you along and knowing that some of you enjoy what I do. My name is Treble, or Treble for short. I don't know when I'm going to be on next. Next Monday is most likely out at this point in time as I'm coming back from the festival. I'll let you know though. Keep an eye on my socials. I'll try and give you guys a link to the festival. There's a bit of live streaming that could potentially be happening for that as well. Now, I'm not playing on the main stage on the Saturday this time around. I'm playing on the Friday night. Typically in the past, if you are up to date with what I've done in the past with this, you know that normally we'll try and get the stream out. We always have a few tech issues. We're trying to fix those tech issues this year, but this year I'm mainly concentrating on the main day on being a stage manager, and the night before is when I'm organising like an open mic, sort of like a nice little open mic night for the performers and the volunteers and things like that. So take care one and all. That's it for today's short stream, and we'll catch you next time on Lurk Night Jams with me, Troublesome or Treble for short. Good night and have a good one.